Pork rib day, my favourite day of the week. Low and slow barbecue is a labour of love, starting with building a fire, getting your hands dirty, and then tending to the fire hours on end. So what if I told you there's a barbecue you don't need to do that and you get incredible, authentic wood-fired flavour? Well, Weber has brought out the SmokeFire so you can focus on perfecting the food while the barbecue is taking care of itself. So today we're going to cook these pork ribs on the SmokeFire so you can see it in action. Now, I have eaten my fair share of pork ribs over the years and I may have overindulged in them a few too many times. They have to be perfect in order for me to truly enjoy them. People go crazy for pork ribs. They have to be tender, but that doesn't mean falling off the bone. They have to be juicy, lightly smoky, and have complementary flavours. They still have to taste like pork ribs. It does take a bit to strike this balance, but it all starts with a good set of ribs, picking a good sauce, picking a good rub, and then cooking them perfectly. So I'm going to share all of my tips with you today. Half the battle when cooking pork ribs is finding a decent set. So I'm going to share with you what I look for when I'm at the butcher. So the first one is baby backs. They have this wonderful curve in the back of the spine and they have this piece of loin meat here. So these are situated at the very back of the spine, just there, and they are delicious. But my favourite are St. Louis. So this is a full spare sweep. So this then sits along just a bit closer to the front here, and these are packed with flavour as they have that delicious fat through them. So I'm going to turn this sweep of spare ribs into St. Louis. So here we go, get a really nice sharp knife, and then what we want to do is square this set off here. So we're trimming off most of the rib tips so we can get down in between and just cut along. Look at that. Now you can throw this away or you can cook it up and this becomes your tasty little snack while you're still barbecuing your beautiful set of ribs. So I'm just going to square this set up nicely. We have a little sharp bone on the edge here, so I'm just going to cut that off. And now we're just going to square off this other side here. Just quick little slice down. That meat will dry out quite quickly, so I'm just cutting that straight off. While I'm here, I would like to share with you something to avoid when you're at the butcher's, and that is shiners. All it is where the butcher has cut too close to the bone and has got rid of that beautiful meat that we want on the ribs. So the next step is to remove this membrane right here. If you leave the membrane on, your rub isn't going to season the meat and the smoke isn't going to penetrate. So I'm going to use some paper towel and a dull butter knife here, and that will help allow you to get right in between the membrane and the meat. I find it easiest to use a butter knife as it doesn't pierce through that membrane. So now we can just lift it off, and then if you need, this takes a little bit of luck and skill. Just keep going along, and then we can get our paper towel on there. Let's see if I can do this in one. This isn't pretty, but it's important to do so you have a nice clean bite through that rib. And look at that. You wouldn't want to eat that, right? These are all ready to go. I'm going to move on to the baby backs. Now our baby backs here. This is the loin meat. If it had a lot of loin meat, I would trim that down as it's really lean and can easily dry out, but these look perfect. All that they need to do is a quick trim on the side here. See, that's not very neat. Just square that up. And then we just need to remove the membrane. These are looking great. Now's a great time to fire up the barbecue. For low and slow cooking, we are using the wet smoke kit. This helps to add moisture into the heat, so I'm going to set it up now. This kit sits underneath the cooking grill, so you're saving on cooking grill space, but it also helps with cleanup. As soon as smoke is visible, you can close the lid. The whole point of low and slow cooking is that you can cook tough meats like ribs or brisket. The long, low, slow cooking times allows for the tough connective tissues, fats and meat to break down into tender, delicious meats. So stick to temperatures between 95 and 135 degrees Celsius. Any hotter than that and you'll be cooking too fast. Home style ribs are very different to competition style ribs. With competition style, they need to use over the top rubs and sauces because they need to pack as much flavour as they can into one single bite. But home style, just use simple rubs and sauces so you can smash at least half a rack to yourselves. So today we're just using a bit of mustard, salt and pepper. So first we need to slather a light amount of mustard all over. Don't go too heavy here, otherwise it will start to flake off at the end of the cook. And on both sides, what we're doing here is we just want to add just enough for the salt and pepper to stick. And then in here, I just have a simple mix of 50-50 salt and freshly ground black pepper. You can just sprinkle this on. I remember tasting my first pork ribs off the SmokeFire. It was still during the testing phase back at the head office. A couple of us were standing around so eager to taste what the SmokeFire could do. I bit into a pork rib and my gosh, it was so Moorish. The smoke flavour just perfectly complemented the pork. So instead of just having one bite to understand the test results, I went back for seconds, thirds and fourths. Rack and stack. These are done, let's get them on the barbie. Our barbecue is preheated, it's time to get these bad boys on. As always, quick brush down. We've got 2 racks here, so I'm going to fill it. And then close the lid. A super cool feature of the SmokeFire is Smoke Boost. You can activate this at the start of your cooking, and what this does is brings the whole temperature of the barbecue right down to about 70 to 95 degrees, where it's the ultimate smoking point for our pellets. So if you put your food in, it's absorbing this wonderful barbecue smoke, and if you're a low and slow barbecuer, you know this will help with your smoke ring. For our ribs, I'm going to set it for about 1 to 2 hours. If you're doing larger cuts of meat, set it for 2 hours. If you're using Smoke Boost, just keep in mind it's going to affect your overall cook time as the meat is cooking much slower. Our pork ribs have had Smoke Boost for an hour, so it's time to deactivate it. We can do this straight from our phone. Deactivate Smoke Boost, and let's get our temperature back up to 120. 120, set. Perfect. Now let's leave them for another 3 hours. We'll come back and check them, and then they'll be ready to wrap. I think it's time we have a sneak peek. I'm going to give these guys a spritz. It's just apple cider vinegar and water. I love to spritz when I'm low and slow cooking. A bit of extra moisture never goes astray. Oh, have a look at them. Look at that beautiful colour from the smoke. Get them all over. We're at the 3-hour mark of them cooking at 120 degrees. At this point, we want the ribs to have a beautiful colour, and that means they're ready to wrap. You could not wrap them and just leave them like this to finish cooking through, but I like to keep that extra moisture inside. It's time to get saucy. Let's check if our ribs are ready for saucing. They've had an hour in the foil. Let's have a look. Woo! Extra juicy. Look at that. All right. So flip it over. And this is how to test if the ribs are almost ready to sauce. Just bend the back. And if the meat starts to split, see that just there? Whoop, yeah, they are ready for saucing. Here I have just a super simple barbecue sauce. This is one of my favorites. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, but it is going to be delicious on these ribs. Look at that sauciness. Oh yeah. Flip them over. Now you don't want to sauce these too early, otherwise the sauce will caramelize and burn. So just half an hour on with the sauce on the barbecue. You can even squeeze in a quick little cheeky extra baste if you like. Look at that. sure you get everywhere. And we'll pop this guy back on the barbecue. And we'll keep going. Being the go-to barbecuer in my friendship circle, I get a lot of cooking questions, especially on low and slow barbecue. When I have a friend ask me, how do you cook pork ribs? The first question I ask is, are they marinated? If they say yes, I say, don't even bother, go get yourself a real set. It is so important to find a good butcher with amazing ribs. You're spending this much time on cooking them, you gotta make it worth it. Beautiful. Last set all sauced up. Now these just need to cook for another half an hour, just enough for that sauce to set. Our ribs are ready. I am so excited and hungry. Let's have a look. Oh wow, don't they look banging? We're gonna take them off the barbecue and let them rest in our foil. You don't want to cut into them while they're still hot and steaming, otherwise that's moisture lost. Carving hacks. Now I actually like to cut my pork ribs upside down, so you can see exactly where to cut, right in between the bones. Slice right in. Ooh, nice and juicy. Let's get a couple slices. I'm excited, I'm gonna dig in. I have to have a taste. So beautiful and juicy. I don't care if I've got sauce everywhere. You can see it's got that perfect bite, nice and clean off the bone, smoky and so delicious. I should probably present the rest of these nicely and not eat all of them. You can really taste that smoky flavor. They're so deliciously caramelized and so juicy from having that constant temperature inside the barbecue. I have to finish my mouthful before I keep talking. We want to see your perfect bite through. Next time you're cooking pork ribs, take some pictures, upload them onto the socials and tag us. If you're after more recipe inspiration or information on the SmokeFire, head to our website.